Silver coins, promised profits, and an empty vault. This story right here will teach us a huge lesson about silver, so stick around. Let's get into it. Did you know SD Bullion is giving away a monster box of 2023 Silver Eagles? Sign up today at sdbullion.com/sweepstakes. Thank you so much for watching. I do sincerely appreciate it. Now, this story broke on the 4th of July. I hope you all had a great Independence Day. I had an awesome one. Spent the time with the family. We did some fireworks with the kids and just had a blast. But I've never had so many people contact me before about an article saying, Silver Dragons, we need your take on this article. I probably had dozens. I mean, I can't even count them all, from emails and direct messages, and just everyone is freaking out about this dealer who was stealing these American Silver Eagle coins. And there's more to it than just that. But here we are at fortune.com. There's a few different versions of this article, but I want to read this one because I think it's the most comprehensive. And I'll just go over the headline one more time. Silver coins promised profits and an empty vault. How a silver dealer's slow theft of investors' precious American Eagle coins ended in a $146 million fine. I want to read this little caption here. It's so interesting and it gives you a good idea of what's going on here. Investigators expected to find 1.26 million silver coins in the vault of First State Depository Company. Instead, they found just under 380,000. So almost a million silver coins were missing from this vault. And it's kind of crazy what happened here, because you would think that a depository keeps good track of all of the silver that comes in. They allocate it. They say, all right, this person owns these coins, etc. But no, this company was the worst. It just goes to prove, if you can't hold it, you don't own it, which is why I recommend, for those of us who are buying physical silver, we find a safe place to store it where we will have access to it. I don't know if you're burying it in your backyard, if you got a heavy hidden safe with a security system and you got guard dogs and everything. I don't know where you're storing it, but you need to have access to your silver. If it's stored in some depository somewhere, you can't get there. You don't know if the silver is actually there. This could be a problem. And obviously for these people in the story today, it was a big problem. So hundreds of depositors who handed millions to a silver dealer in exchange for the precious minted coins were told their vaults were actually empty following an investigation by the U.S. Commodity Futures Trading Commission, or the CFTC. Two firms run by precious metals dealer Robert Higgins have been ordered to pay out $112.7 million to the victims of an alleged complex fraudulent scheme and $33 million in a civil monetary penalty. The investigation into Higgins and two connected companies began last year. In a separate article, I actually read that it was September of 2022 when they started this investigation. So it's been going on for quite some time, about 10 months. According to a statement from the CFTC, between 2014 and 2022, Higgins conducted a fraudulent silver leasing scheme via two companies, Argent Asset Group, LLC, and First State Depository Company. All right, let's get to the scheme here. This is basically what they were doing. So the plot: sold to customers as the Maximus program, offered to pay owners of silver coins a lease fee in exchange for Argent's use of the commodity. Basically, they're saying, if you let us hold your coins for you, we will actually give you money. This is a way you can make money off of your silver. All you got to do is send them to us. And we're not going to do anything nefarious. We're going to hold on to it, and we're just going to let them sit here with your name on it, and we're going to give you money to actually do that. My goodness, what a scam. The payments were on a scale and would increase or decrease depending on how many of their coins the client was willing to offer. So also, the more silver you send to us, the more money we will give you to let us hold your silver for you. This to me sounds so backwards because typically with these depositories, you actually have to pay them money to store your silver there. So how are they able to pay owners a leasing fee in exchange for Argent's use of the commodity? What are they using the commodity for? I don't really understand the whole premise here. I don't really understand why people would do this. I mean, obviously, these are real people that use this service and they got scammed and their silver was stolen. But to me, it just sounds absolutely crazy. The coins were either already owned by the customers or could supposedly be purchased through Argent and were apparently in storage at a vault owned by First State Depository Company in Delaware. Customers were also told their investments were guaranteed and fully insured. So this is part of the scam here. You could either send them your coins or you could buy coins through them. And I'll bet the people that bought coins through them were actually buying nothing. They were buying a piece of paper that said they owned coins. And here's the key word: apparently in storage. Yeah, none of it was in storage. And also, to go along with the scam, they are lied to, saying their investment is guaranteed and fully insured. Clearly, that was not the case. Anyway, let's move on. The clients were also under the impression they had an eye on their income from the coins, as they were sent monthly reports from the company, which prosecutors allege falsely indicated that the assets remained safely stored at FSD. So people were getting these reports. It said, yep, your coins are here. Everything's good. Here's how much money you're making. But of course, that was all lies. Now we get to the good part here: vanishing coins. Court documents show that vast quantities of the coins apparently stored at the FSD facilities simply did not exist. Documents published on June 20 reveal that accountants from Baker Tilly attended the vault to conduct an inventory check and found that nearly 113 million in client and customer assets were missing. Oh my goodness, who could have seen that coming? In some instances, they found empty boxes at FSD with a customer's or client's name on it, or boxes that did not contain metal but instead held an IOU of sorts, a piece of paper stating the quantity of metal that should have been stored there. I find it a little bit comedic that they had IOUs with these people's names on them, just saying, look, we owe you this silver. We know you bought X amount of ounces and we'll get it to you at some point, but obviously that was never going to happen. It goes on to add that in some customer cases, no records had been kept at all, not even an empty box with their name on it. Oh, what a bummer. You don't even get an IOU. Further inventories seen by Fortune show that Baker Tilly had expected to find around 1.2 million silver American Eagle coins and instead discovered just under 380,000. Likewise, the accountants also expected to find 11,125 gold American Eagle coins and discovered just 1,936. As a result, attorneys for the CFTC allege that the defendants misappropriated the coins, either using or selling them for their own benefit. So it wasn't just silver eagles, it was gold eagles as well. Over 9,000 American gold eagles missing. So yeah, if it's silver or gold that you're storing in a depository, just know it could be stolen and you would have no idea. The last part of the article reads, the CFTC also claims that some customers who had paid more for bullions, I love they just call them bullions, never got them, with the parties instead pocketing the cash. The CFTC's Director of Enforcement, Ian McGinley, said he was committed to rooting out fraud in the precious metals market. However, the body cautioned that although the damages had been awarded to customers, there's no guarantee they will get the funds back, as the defendants may not have enough assets. Customers looking for updates on the case will be able to find them on the First State Depository Company website, which has been taken over by the administrators. And I will put a link to this website in the description of the video if you want to check it out for yourself. Maybe someone watching this was actually taken advantage of and they want to figure out how to get their cash payout or their silver shipped to them. So again, I'll put that link in the description. But it's just crazy that this could take place. I mean, obviously there are scammers out there. There are people out there who just want to take advantage of others and steal, lie, and cheat to get ahead in life. And it's pretty messed up that they're using silver to actually do this. Wow, what a crazy article. Now, there were a few other versions of this article, which I mentioned at the start of the video. And one of them talks about how this guy, Robert Higgins, who's I guess the owner of these companies or something like that, he was actually hiding gold in his ceiling, and he had these rare coins under his couch or something like that, which they found when they seized all of his assets. And there was evidence that he was actually selling silver, etc. So he was basically just stealing stuff right out of the vault and using it for his own personal gain. So super messed up. I think my biggest takeaway from this article is that if you can't hold it, you don't own it. The safest way to buy and hold physical precious metals is just to store them in a place where you have access to them. Once other parties get involved, there is more risk. If you want to avoid counterparty risk, then you have to store it yourself. You cannot use one of these companies. That was the article. Let me know what your thoughts are of it down below in the comments section. I hope this video was educational and helpful for people wanting to buy silver, kind of know what to avoid and really how to not be scammed. So anyway, I want to say a big thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in my next one. Silver Dragons out.